Another day, another month. I guess. Oh my god, it's been a while. Hello. It's I, everybody's favorite sick boy. My left ear is kind of muted. Ear. Yeah. Anyway. I can like half hear on this one. It makes everything sound really odd. Yeah, that was everyone else been doing. I got streptococcus since when I visited family after I last streamed. And now my internet is dead. Really? No? Oh, that's so weird. Is everything okay? Yes. I don't know if my internet dipped a little bit or what, but because my my bitrate dropped to 0 for a bit. Anyway, yeah, streptococcus. Had to go to the hospital because I was burning up, feeling like my head was boiling. I don't know. I don't remember if I actually like announced this on most of my social media channels, but yeah, I was kind of very sick because the same day I got admitted, I had to go to the ER. And I spent 2 days there. 2 whole ass days because my blood pressure was dipping down fast. Yeah, that was fun. Then I was the ward for a week. Then I was just kind of sick for another month. And the last 2 weeks, or the last week rather, snot, a lot of snot. I was blowing my nose so often that it would have been terrible to listen to. So I didn't do it. No streams then. But now, I seriously need some sort of scheduling, something to keep me grounded. Because I wasn't even sure what the hell the day today was. I thought yesterday was the 26th. It's the 25th today. This is how fucking lost I am, time-wise. It's completely fucked. But yeah, I've had nothing to keep me in any sort of a daily rhythm. It's been all over the fucking place. I've just been grinding away at a bunch of games actually. None of them to any conclusion. Wrath of the Righteous, I kind of dipped and started playing something else. I think, yeah, it was Knights of the Old Republic. which I played a good bunch and dipped because it was Path of Exile's new season. I played that for a while. I got into the very first yellow maps. I dipped. And now I've been grinding at Warframe for how much has it been in the last 2 weeks? Too much, admittedly. Well over 100 hours. That much I am certain of. I finally reached the end game that I didn't reach the last time I played semi-actively in 2018. There was a whole lot of content back then that I never reached. Now there's like twice as much. It's been a lot to take in. But I'm getting the hang of it. Some things are fucking terrible because I don't have the gear yet. But it is what it is. Anyways, Enderal. We haven't played this in 2 months, I am fairly certain. So let's actually play it. Wow. Nice. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? Are you in sync now? Yes. You in fact are.
Is this an answer from this world?
Lexade has resubbed for 39 months. Team Madman, PP Popo.
PP Popo indeed. Thank you for that. Is the sound fine? Because I cannot reasonably tell because of hearing everything kind of dampened. So do tell if my audio is it not fine? Oh yeah, now I remember. I had to go and do some stuff. I had to backtrack a bit because my main man his side quest ran out of time to do, so I was completely locked out of his quest line. So that is unacceptable. Which one was the whole thing? This one. After the mercenary Jesper Dalvarek delivered me safe and sound to the Neramis mage Constantine Firespark, he offered me to meet in the Dancing Nomad in a good time. For a good time. A good opportunity to get to know him better, yes. It's that one specifically that I want to do. Jesus. The sensitivity settings. There's something to be desired. There's so much shit. But not really too much that I can give up. Are you finally awake? They caught you at the border. Oh yeah, I have way too many healing potions. That's fine. I'm so used to pressing X for interacting.
Walk blessed, friend. Where are you headed?
That's what Warframe is. Need a flyer.
Sure. Where to?
Question wall. To do the whole dreaming sequence thing all over again. That should not be too much of an issue. No. Nice.
Good morning, my sir.
Miss Sir.
Miss Sir?
I just don't see the fucking point.
Where was the signpost? Because I can use that for teleportation.
Shit, boy, good
I'd rather go tap dance in front of the Truchessa than work for a Chilean.
So expensive.
But I don't think she would like that.
What I'm trying to say is, stay away from those olive-skinned
Whoa,
cutthroats.
whoa.
They lure you in
Racist,
with
Mort.
nice words and big promises, then bang, you put your cross under a contract that makes you a slave for a lifetime.
Oh, but
How
this
am I
isn't
supposed to pay
nice.
them?
Why would they do that?
Bloody cutthroats.
Because they're a greedy pack who have as much decency and path abidingness as a bloody Batir,
Well,
that's why.
just how he is.
I tell you,
Always
boy, I
talking.
am so sick of those fucking glittery liars. If I were the Grand Master, I'd have thrown them out of this country long ago. Bastards, all of them.
Okay.
Just a kid caught listening to some racist old man. Seems fairly standard. No, not that way. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm so unused to this. Where the hell is everything again? Jesus. Do I actually have to go through the gatehouse? Yeah. Sup? Just passing through. There we go. No, that goes to Heartland. God damn it. I just walked back.
Yes?
Ah, this is a different entrance.
Monsieur?
You again. Thanks again for your help. How's Whirlwind doing?
Whirlwind is
Yes?
great. Very speedy. Oh yeah, it's this way. Yeah, all the places look the same in this setting.
Your lips in untamed desire as the ambrosial smells of our unrivaled.
As I said, the offer stands. Just think about it, okay?
I will. Take care.
Where are you gonna put that?
Hey, you came. Come on, take a seat.
Sure thing, buddy.
So, tell me, how are you holding up? It must have been quite the whirlwind. Yesterday, a refugee from another
Hey,
country.
that's the
and
name
now a
of my
prodigy with
ass.
a magic great enough to impress old Bushybeard.
Yeah, mainly because it's been 2 months.
Good luck with that. I'm quite curious to see how things keep on with you. You're different. I noticed that the time we met. Anyhow, tell me, what do you make of this country now that you've had some time to look around? I figure it must be quite
It has a
change from
great
Nera.
soundtrack. Razor Bends.
Shoot. Yeah, I can picture that. You know, this is exactly the reason why I love inns so much. The sky can rain fire out there. In here, you'll always meet laughter and good humor. Not to mention all the good-looking men and women.
Don't feel much for this red madness thing in me,
Yeah.
for sure.
You don't. Though I think I've seen enough of this place by now. Of Enderal, I mean. There's a ship sailing for Calais next morning, and as it seems, it will be the last one for quite some time to come. Who knows? Maybe they still have a cabin to spare for a handsome treasure hunter.
Why, you want to leave?
Oh well. This entire thing was more a coincidence than planned anyhow. The Order needed someone with skill and discretion. I was around. End of story. I never intended to stick around for much longer. Heck, me as an ambassador of the Holy Order, could you imagine that? Not one step further, O fair maiden. Drop your garment so we may both bathe in Malphas's holy light.
Sounds about right.
Actually not that bad, don't you think?
Convincing.
Oh, you're too kind. But you know, at the end of the day, I guess I'd probably lack both the pathos and the idealism for such a profession. You know, I'm aware of how these esteemed keepers up there talk about sellswords like me. I could save 30 virgins from a Myrodon rampage. At the end of the day, they'd always say I did it for the money, because I wanted to bed the women, or whatever.
They're not wrong,
I'm
are
driven by
they?
inferior motives. While no matter what their actions end in, they are good guys, because they do things for the right reasons. If only they'd understand that it's results that matter, not intentions. What does the wise hermit say? Nothing is of less importance to the saved than the reason for their rescue. The only difference between a mercenary like me and a holy warden is that I'm at least aware of the fact that I do what I do for myself, and no one else.
Fair. So why exactly are you trying
I'm
to
trying to say
say?
that all those heroes and self-declared messiahs are no better than everyone else. In the end, we are all selfish, because we always act in accordance to what we think we have to be like. So yes, maybe the keeper saves the farmer from the bandits. But at the end of the day, he does it because he sees himself in a certain light. You know, the funny thing is that a lot of times,
These people are
it's
just
especially
going
those who
at
think
it.
themselves driven by a higher purpose who are the really dangerous ones. They don't understand what drives them, and that makes them easy to manipulate. The only thing left to do for the capable hate-monger or tyrant is to somehow combine his own ambitions with the mental image of this person. And presto, you've got your perfect puppet, only waiting to dive into the next hail of arrows for their honor, their religion, or
How awfully
whatever they thought
cynical.
of this time. It's just so idiotic, you know? The world would be a much better place if everyone could just acknowledge that the only reason we're here is that we want to be happy.
What? So what you're saying is that in the end every person just wants to be happy.
Yeah, seek bliss and avoid pain, as the wise hermit likes to say. And believe me, once you realize that that's how people just work, life is a lot better.
But you have to have some kind of goal in life.
Oh, yeah, I do. And this goal is called surviving. And if possible, to be able to enjoy a good glass of wine or an exciting night from time to time.
Who needs goals when you can just wallow in mediocrity and just do nothing?
Oh, Blazes, you make it sound so dramatic. Doing something for your own sake doesn't make you selfish. But yeah, basically that's it.
How can you be so sure?
I don't know. Call it a feeling. But if there is such a thing as a universal point to our lives, then I'm pretty sure we won't find it within the pre-digested philosophies or religions most people believe in. And hey, I'd be the last one to reject this great truth if she were to knock on my door, naked and tits jiggling. But until then, I'd rather try and find my own answers.
Yeah, that's fair. So... Oh, there's sense to it.
Really? I was half expecting you to throw insults at me. That's what people usually do when I tell them that. But I guess life is full of surprises.
Hey, I'm into eudaimonism.
Anyway, I'll take my leave now.
Anyway, so
I very much
I
enjoyed our
kinda
talk.
agree.
The ship to Killet leaves before the first cocks crow tomorrow, and I want some more time to think about it.
See you
Keep your
around.
chin up.
Mead, stew, roast pork. Anyone?
He's going to stick around, I think.
Huh? Keep your chin up.
Wait a moment. You're an outlander, aren't you?
You Ennoir.
Only if you know what to look for. I'm one myself, so I do. Balhazel, pleased to make your acquaintance. Tell me, if you're new in this city, are you perchance also looking for work?
Sure, why not?
Excuse me, what was I saying? I'm looking for a hand.
Maybe. Well, where are you from?
Well, neither do you. But to answer your question, I'm Arizaline, but third generation Arizaline, so it doesn't show that much anymore. Apart from my name and my skin, there's little left of my roots, I'm afraid. Anyway, so what did you say? Interested in some well-paid, honest work?
Yeah, sure.
It's simple. I want you to find something for me. You know, I'm a healer, just like my father was, and my grandfather before that. When he came to this country, he did so because he had been hired by an arch-noble woman, a bright lady who valued science and the arts of healing. In any case, my grandfather spent a large portion of life working for this lady in an old, abandoned fort near the now deserted village of Fogville. Together with a good dozen other apothecaries,
Oh shit.
he planned for my father to
that
succeed.
place with
But before he
it was
had the
locked
chance to,
the last time I
mushroom
was there.
plague occurred.
You mean the thing that destroyed Whisperwood?
Yes, that one. The spores of those mushrooms have literally sucked all the life from the forest and its surroundings. Plus, they are a threat to everyone who comes close.
I see. So...
It does seem likely, doesn't it? Both my father and I have asked my grandfather this question too, but he has always denied it. The plague was a magical phenomenon, a freak of nature, no more, no less. Those were his words.
He wants his
However,
medicinal
I've made
tobacco.
some troubling discoveries, which have led me to doubt that. I believe the plague might have been
A whole
fabricated.
carton.
Well, this is exactly what I want you to find out. Unfortunately, the noblewoman who my grandfather worked for has long been dead, and she was the last in their bloodline, so I couldn't find any answers there. But the old fortress where they worked still stands.
So give me the key. And why don't you do it yourself?
Look at me, you'll have the answer. I'm old and far from made for the road to begin with. Furthermore, all those undead who've been roaming the wilderness since that red madness began don't exactly make the idea more inviting. But don't worry,
I suppose that's
if you
fair.
succeed, I'll make it worth your while.
Why is it important?
Isn't that obvious? Because I want to understand. You know, we Arzalines believe in the debt of blood. If my grandfather committed a crime, it is my responsibility to atone for it. Plus, I believe that if there was a way to Well, to cure that plague, it is hidden within that fortress. Whatever harm the mushrooms can do, they can also reverse it. My father never cared much about all this, but I'm different. If there's one thing I want to achieve in my life, then it's...
It always skips a generation, doesn't it?
Clarity.
Sure, fine.
Reports, scrolls, samples of their work. Anything that could be of relevance. Just look around. Do you have a map?
Well, yes, I do.
Here, the fortress should be in this area. Best you take Myra to Fogville. In the village harbour, there was a hut where my grandfather lived when he was off duty. Chances are you'll find a key to the fortress there. Good luck, and thank you. If you have found the material, you can find me in the Undercity, near the old waterworks. My laboratory is there.
Yeah, you look just about ready to turn into dust.
Yes, you should go into the Whisperwood.
I need to go to the Whisperwood anyway, because I have that religious ceremony thing to do.
An outlander. Isn't this nice? An outlander. Isn't this nice?
All these races. Wait, that Quantum? The racist, I wish death on the homosexual people Quantum?
Yes?
Yes. I am not at all surprised that he would be arrested. But what for? Tommy. Oh my god, that's very inappropriate to laugh at, but he really was the type.
Yes?
And like, sane, non-violent people don't wish death upon a group of people. So, yeah. There we go. And like, he was always so... Like, he lived in denial of any criticism. He could not do any wrong. He was immune to doing anything wrong.
Sure. Where to?
So... it's not exactly a huge surprise that it actually reaches into his personal life as well. Oh, man. Just that guy is such a dipshit. I think... yeah, it's the, Board of the Heartlands.
Sure. Where to?
That can be interpreted very racistly, so that's not exactly a good good wording to use. But yeah, he is a shit human being, turns out to be shit in personal life too. Yeah, all people are monkey. It's true. Ultimately, yes. Now, I should not be failing the side quest now.
Yes. I hope you... In other words, it will... Oh, look at that. Give... Oh, yes. You're the prodigy. I hope you're... In other words, it will be dangerous. Be aware of that. Huh.
What? Oh, hello.
Sup?
You're our unexpected addition, aren't you? The prodigy? It does, actually. I'm Kalia. I've been an astonishing feat, truly. You have my respect for that. Maybe, yes. Sometimes, you know, Anyway, it's been an honor to meet you in person. Let's talk later.
I don't want to hear it.
I finally managed to learn the Manda chord set up with Octavia yesterday. I have become deaf to the actual sound effects.
You're prattling. I don't want to hear it. Heretics.
All right, enough of the chatter. Come here. Here. These potions will be necessary later, so be careful with them. Apart from that, it's still a few miles to the ritual place. As you're all gifted with magic, the spores in the forest ahead will make you a little dizzy, but we won't stay for long. Any questions?
What spores?
Long story. Simply put, they come from a special kind of mushroom that has infected.
Yeah.
So, in case you're thinking, good, stay close to me.
Mostly just skipping through the dialogue here to get to where I was last.
But it's too late for that now. Korek would have conquered the city. Instead, you will be ashamed.
So this is the Whispering Forest. Fascinating. I've read a lot about it, but never actually seen it.
Poor thing. My brothers and I have seen the border countless many times. Know all about the Undercity's rat holes and...
He did not increase the depth. No, wait. What did I actually set there? It was depth of field, wasn't it? Yeah, fuck. I thought it was field of view. Jesus, it's sickeningly narrow. Like, it doesn't make me sick like some people, but God.
Dead.
Feels like you're looking into a tube. The melody you have with the third ability is so obnoxious, yet so recognizable that it's actually helpful to realize when you have to recast it. Right. I'm gonna keep with this. I'm gonna do roll some ads to get the fucking pre-rolls away. Also, the dumbest decision they could have ever made with the Mandacort is that The grey nodes which represent the mallet beats actually determine how often it hits. Why would you ever not fill it completely?
Wait, do you see that?
Yes, that man. What is he doing?
Who cares? He's probably just a traveler.
He shouldn't be here. No merchant in his right mind would voluntarily travel.
Mining corpses, are you? Been snacking on the man, have you?
She's with me now. Forever.
Kirosh.
What in? You there? Who are you? And what are you doing here?
She's with me now. Forever.
What are you, deaf? Identify yourself.
His eyes. Master, this is the red madness.
Shit.
Mad redness.
You will put away that pickaxe right now, my sir, and then get on your knees.
She wanted to leave. Don't you understand?
Mad rednecks.
Me. Just like that.
This is
But now,
disgusting.
She will stay.
Get ready. By the righteous path. Have you lost mind?
I could ask you the same thing, damn it. Did you forget what Magister Yarrow did to the novices? This man could have attacked us at any moment.
Oh, really? Malphus protect us from your cunning. But did the thought ever cross your mind that one needs to understand a disease in order to heal it? And that some apothecary might have given their left hand for a living patient?
You're not being fair, Master. I was only protecting us.
Like heck you did. You behaved like an idiot. And
Heck.
not for the first time. The other masters might ignore that fact due to your religious commitment and your bloodline. I get that. But if something like this ever happens again, you will be suspended from the rites and will spend the rest of your life polishing prayer banks in the sanctum. Do I make myself clear?
He really was trying to protect us, Master. Maybe...
Do I make myself clear?
Shut the fuck up.
You do, Master.
He was reckless
And I beg your
and a
forgiveness for my offense.
dumbass.
Granted. Now let's push on. We will take care of the body after the ritual.
Yes, where we need to go through the suicide ritual.
Okay.
Just save it.
You don't need to stop every 10 meters, Jesus. Go on. Christ. Oh, you want to go that way? Fine, fine. Sure.
Here it is, the first foothold. This is where Malphus's vassals erected their first camp, so behave yourselves accordingly. You too, prodigy.
Whoa.
Well then, before we start, there's something I need to tell you. Something, important.
You might die.
The rumors concerning the deaths
Oh yeah,
of the Light
also
Lord,
gods are dead.
they're true.
What?
The gods are dead. They fell 2 winters ago beneath the sword of an unknown traveler. We,
Man
that is,
killed
the
God.
Order, have known about this for quite some time now, but haven't told the common people yet. But since the three of you intend to take the trial, there's no way to disguise the truth anymore.
But how can a god die?
Well,
There was a
yes.
prophecy, as old as the Lightborn themselves, in which there was talk of a shadow god who would
Like,
end the
I really
era
feel
of
that I
gods.
should be
And
able to
it
have
came true.
a wider
sorry.
vision here.
You're sorry.
You're telling us that the gods have been killed, and you are sorry. What's next? That tomorrow the sun will stop shining? Tell us that this is a test, Master. It is, isn't it? A test of our faith.
No, the Lightborn are dead. But hard as it may be to accept, we cannot afford to fall into a spiritual
Who the heck is
crisis
we?
right now.
The Order of the Gods, Malphas's order, was created to protect the Lightborn. And if what you're saying, this blasphemy is true, then we're meaningless. We failed, don't you see that? Oh, by the Black Guardian, I just can't believe it.
And though I shan't be seen, thou shalt live by my virtue. 3rd Revelation, verse 137. I know it's hard, Dunmar, but if this is true, we have to show strength and keep on believing in what the Lightborn stood for. Which is the idea of peace and...
Oh, just shut your mouth, Sakaresh. If anything, you lowborn scum are living proof that the Order is going downhill. Do you really think I don't know about the village? You're a damned witch, and if this were the old times, you would have been crucified long time ago.
You don't mean that, Dunmar.
Drop it, for heaven's sake! We're all on the same side here.
No, we are not. This wench doesn't have any right to wear the white robes. And if you would spend
They're
more
actually
time
kinda
with the
red.
Holy Scriptures instead of your brandy bottle, you would see it as well.
Just kill him.
But no, you just...
Shut up! I swear to you, one more word and you will wish that I just suspended you.
But...
No buts! Do you understand?
Yes.
I hope so, for your sake. Just be glad that this is a time when we need skilled mages more than ever. Just be glad. Now enough of this. Our
Yeah,
demeanor
he would have
defiles
fucking
the
skewered
sacred
this
place.
guy or thrown
There
him
will
in
be
prison.
enough time for depression and personal crisis after the trial. Let's recite the holy words.
Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor. In life as in death.
May your light guide me.
Good. As you know, this trial will test the fortitude of your spirit. Because this is
I didn't spec into that. Shit.
Distinguishes a keeper from a soldier. What distinguishes a wise man from a fool. Keep that in mind. Now, drink the potion I gave you. You first, Prodigy. Let's hope the Grand Master was right about you.
Oh no. No, no. They've lured you into a trap.
Personal
Juno,
space.
and you fell for it. I know I'm not, but then if I told the answer.
Yes,
is
you are
no.
my own mind trying to fight
A
against me.
self-created sanctuary. What? And but no, yeah.
What? Oh yeah, I needed to do some other things first.
What the? How did?
Oh yeah, that's the end part where I need to kind of like kill my old self or whatever, something like that.
By the gods! These are the scourges of the suppressor. They want to punish us.
And there was no loot here. I seem to recall. So just go through, kill the seducers, yada yada. I mean, the corpses had human flesh. And all of these things do such pitiful damage that you might just ignore it. Even in a Skyrim mod, I'm using Amprex, this time with my hands.
Guess the cell is small. At least it's safe.
Come on now. Yes, and these are the panic, hopelessness, despair, and so on. Negative emotions symbolize your negative emotions symbolized.
Haven't we been here before?
Ow.
By the gods, everything here looks so similar. It's a
That hurt. That was the big ouch. Was the magic? Oh yeah, it's some Q.
Oh really? We should never have left. This will be our doom.
Enough of your belly aching. Calm down. Classic Bethesda engine trap mechanics.
You see it? All the cells, they're all empty, and there's blood. Oh no. There were people in there just like us. They didn't know their place either, and now they're dead. They've simply dissolved because they dared to disobey the suppressor. By the gods.
Where?
This is what will happen to us too.
Yeah.
It was a mistake to leave in the first place. I just knew it.
Oh yeah, there's actually stairs going down. There. remorse. The remorse was blocking my path. And I think I had well, this works too. Apparently not. I am fairly certain that I have psionics, mentalism, telekinesis. Yes. Damn it. And we back.
The suppressor's punishment. It will be horrible. Of course I'm a part of you. No, you have. But I should have known. I mean, what? No, there isn't. Just look at us. Look at what we are.
Yes, you are my self-doubt. Whining and bitching.
Too deeply in the past. And that's why we do not deserve freedom. Well, well. So you figured it out? Yes. I am what keeps you in this place. But was it blind rage that made you act, or have you truly understood who I am? Have you understood what drives you and determines your actions? The salt corrodes your skin, and the water filling your lungs is cold. But you still haven't found it, child, have you?
Now we awake. I think the golden boy hasn't woken up and will not wake up. Huh. Last time it was the woman. The other acolyte was here. This time it's just Spar. Huh. Interesting. So there is a consequence of some sort. The more I play Octavia, the more I realize how easy animation is playing her. I am literally tabbing out to type this during a defense mission, occasionally throwing another mallet to the ground, not having to mind anything at all. Nice and passive. Are you?
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Good to see you awake.
Busy staring at me. Where's everyone else?
Good question. The room was empty when I came here. Actually, that's quite weird now that you mention it. The entire temple seemed kind of deserted. But, probably a ceremony or something like that. Now, tell me, how are you holding up? I heard this trial's quite the feat. Apparently some of the novices never wake up again.
Quite the foot. Fine, I guess. Where are we?
In the temple. The curarium, to be precise. You were brought here when you were traveling with that Ixon guy. I think the others are already awake, but I didn't want to leave you here, so I thought I'd just stay. I mean, hey, you are a keeper of the first sigil now, aren't you? I believe congratulations are in order.
I'm not gonna
well,
get
you
to
shouldn't.
my head.
Do you know why? Because you're
Yep.
pathetic. Simply pathetic.
Oh yeah, I haven't woken up. That was the thing.
I said you are pathetic. At first we believed it would be more exciting this time. But now that we've seen the new prophet, Our hopes are gone. You're a joke.
A nobody who let his only friend kick the bucket.
Where?
Ever accept that? You humans are always so damn persistent, aren't you? Why? Why can't you just let go?
Because in the end, you are powerless, just as all those before you. And you, Prophet, you are the biggest joke of all.
You are nothing but an urchin.
Where?
And a murderer.
Sup?
And that is why you will burn. All of you.
Yes, Reapers, the end is coming. The cycle is coming to an end. You don't scare me.
Is that so? Such presumption from a fish who thinks his pond are the world. The world is an interplay of cause and effect, and the only logical consequence of your existence is annihilation. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's going to be. But enough of the banter, urchin. We wanted to meet you, and so we did, even though the result is rather sobering. Now wake up.
You're a shit, shit prophet, we don't like you, you suck. They slapped me back to sleep and awake again. Yeah, Titania Prime seems like a good idea. Yeah, she's still there. That is fine. I myself made a Saren Prime and I fed my regular Saren to the Helminth, whom I named into the Ever Hungry. But he's a good boy. He just likes to eat.
Thank Malphus. I was starting to think I was... How are you? You look exhausted.
Nightmare.
That's probably one of the after effects of the potion, but it will pass, I'm sure of it. But it's good to see the Grandmaster was right after all. I woke up just a few hours earlier, and he was here in the meantime. He didn't doubt for a single second that you would make it. But I suppose mutual congratulations are in order. We made it.
Whoa.
We passed the trial. Almost, yes. All that is left to do is to take the oath, and then Grandmaster Aranthiel will exalt us to the keepers of the first sigil. Speaking of whom, he also told me some things while you were asleep. About the Pyreans, about these dreams, and of course, about this... cycle. This is so bizarre, really. At first we're told out of nowhere that the gods have died, and now humanity is on the brink of extinction. This is a lot to take in.
What do you make of all of this?
I never had those dreams the Grandmaster talked about, even though I'm magically gifted.
You're
But
not
then
special
again, I
enough.
always had the feeling that the Red Madness was more than an ordinary disease. Well, I suppose all of this explains a lot. At least now I can understand why the Grandmaster was willing to break all the traditions of the Order just to get you exalted to be a keeper. According to him, most of our battle against the cycle will stand or fall with you.
I wish I could say that with the same conviction as him. To be honest, I don't really think I've understood all that what's happened to me yet.
Yes, I believe that. It's a great responsibility you've been given, and as impressive as your skills are, I would not want to change places with you. Well,
What's
as I
next?
said, we both have to take the Holy Oath. You should talk to the Grandmaster as soon as you're ready. He's waiting for you in the Emporium.
Holy oats. We both. What have I done with?
Dunwar.
He will not wake up.
The apothecary examined him about an hour ago, and it doesn't look good.
Because he was
It's likely that he'll never
weak-willed.
wake up again.
He was a loser.
He was impulsive, yes. But to some extent, I can understand why he was the way he was. You know, Dunwar was one of those people who tried to gild their insecurity with boastful behavior. The reality is that he was the last of his bloodline, and his faith in the path and his destiny as a keeper were all that he had left. And who knows, maybe he would have been a great help to the Order with the right guidance. But I guess Master Bartar's revelation was just too much for him. It's hard to be told that everything you've lived for was a lie.
You don't seem to be too shaken with all of this. The death, the Lightborn, I mean.
Well, maybe I just don't show it as much. But yes, in a way, you're probably right. I suppose that's mainly due to the fact
the gods
that
are
to me,
dead, you
as
know.
opposed to Dunwar, the Order always stood for an idea. And an idea doesn't die with the one who first thought of it. Funny that the Grandmaster said nearly the same thing during the exaltation. Dunwar would have considered it blasphemy.
It was the Lightborn and their ideas as if they wouldn't have cost thousands of lives.
That's true. A lot of crimes were committed during the Lightborn's reign, and I don't want to minimize that. But I also think a lot of those crimes were
hooray.
Unavoidable, so to speak. Imagine you're the king of a small island, and one day your realm gets attacked by a fleet of Scarab Reavers. The invasion catches you completely off guard, and within a few hours, the Reavers have advanced to the farmland, just a few feet from your city's main gates. And before you know it, you have to make a decision. Will you use the time that remains to entrench your army within the city's walls to have a better chance of surviving a siege? Or do you send them into the field to fight the Reavers there, knowing that there is only a slight chance to save the farmers, but a big risk that you will lose both the city and the farmers? That's one way to see it, yes. But what if your foray would have succeeded? What if you could have prevented the massacre in the farmlands?
Well, we never know.
What I'm trying to say is,
the farmers
are
dead.
No matter what you do, there will be people who will despise you for your decision. If your attempt to rescue the farmers fails,
I do understand your
point.
point.
Having acted blindly and idealistically. And if you just stay in the city, they will say you didn't even try. Of course, there's a small chance the foray might work, but should decisions like that really be made as if they were a game of dice? As I said, I don't mean to absolve the Lightborn of their crimes, but I'd wager my left hand that they had a lot of similar decisions to make.
Interesting. Hickledy Witch.
I knew the question would come eventually. I suppose the answer depends on whether you're in the mood for some gloomy talk. Sooner or later you'll hear it from someone else anyway, so why not from me first?
I wouldn't have asked if I didn't want to.
As you wish.
Now tell me how you killed everyone around you.
Where should I start? Maybe with the fact that I don't remember anything that happened before my 6th winter. I don't know where I was born, and I never got to know my parents.
You don't remember?
I wish I knew. What I do know, though, is that the first memory I have is of waking up in the middle of some village. It was dark, and I felt dizzy and, oh no, empty? That's probably the best way to describe it. I eventually found the strength to get up and look around, and, well, that's when I realized what was actually going on around me.
What?
The entire village. It had been destroyed. There were corpses everywhere. Men, women, children. And the houses had been crushed as if some mad god had rampaged through the streets there. And it had all just happened hours before because the destruction was still fresh. Whatever it was, I didn't have much time to think about it. As soon as I got up, I saw 3 riders coming through the smoke. One of them got off his horse, ran towards one of the corpses, and started screaming something in my direction. Then I felt a blow on the back of my head, and I lost consciousness. By the name of the sun, it's strange to talk about it like this. It's been so long, but the memory feels as if it had happened yesterday.
Why did they attack you?
It turned out the riders were hunters who had come from that village. They must have observed the whatever it was from the distance and ridden back to the village. At least I think that's how it went. I guess I'll never find out. The reason they thought I was somehow involved is that the village priest found me a couple of days before it happened near a shrine in the wilderness. Apparently, I was wearing torn clothing, and no matter what the apothecary tried, he couldn't wake me up from my comatose sleep. And it seems that made the writers think I was some kind of witch child, or
human time bomb,
whichever you prefer.
I really thought a 6-year-old child destroyed an entire village.
For you, maybe.
Redonk.
For them, as simple people, it was probably the best explanation they had. And think about it, it's not that far off. A motherless child who neither talks nor breathes steadily is found abandoned on the roadside and has a strange mark on her face. They leave to go hunting, and when they come back, they find their village in ruins with that foundling child being the only survivor. You have to admit, it's not that much of a stretch, even if those men hadn't been superstitious farmers.
I see. They wanted to do what exactly? Take revenge?
Probably. Truth be told, I try not to think about it too much. And actually, it doesn't matter, because I somehow managed to get away before they could do anything. I even made it to Ark all by myself, which didn't turn out to be much of an improvement in the end, because I was pathless.
They brought you into the Undercity. Yes.
Thinking about it now, I actually wonder how I made it through my time down there. But maybe that's one of the advantages of being a child. You don't think. You just act.
Useless.
Still, the winters down there were cruel, and if Master Tyrus hadn't found and taken care of me, I probably wouldn't have made it through my 2nd year.
Master Tyrus?
Yes, otherwise I would not be here. He saw me, and he knew what he had to do, is how he put it. Of course, the Order wasn't too happy about a pathless child in the Scuola, just as some aren't happy about you being here. But Tyrus was a highly regarded man.
Yeah, well, screw those nerds. So he just saw you and just decided that would adopt you. Too good to be true.
It does, yes. But then he had lost both his wife and daughter 5 years before he found me. So maybe I was some kind of substitute. I don't know. But in the end, it doesn't matter. I owe him everything.
Yeah, if the downtown is a slum, then yes.
A good man.
Undercity is a sort of a downtown. So why is the Order so preoccupied about pathless trying to get into the ranks?
We do, but we are both still pathless, and that disqualifies us according to the holy verses.
And the holy verses are full of shit.
I was never as connected to Malthus's teaching as Dunmore was. To some of the keepers, I am still an outcast, and no matter what I do, I always will be.
I am blurry now. Why the hell did it go completely out of focus? Now we're back. What the fuck? Okay, so Master Tyrus granted you the novitiate.
Yes, and now I'm here. Well, here we've reached the end of my impressive tale. I hope you liked it.
You're definitely not the fisherman's daughter from the village, I'll give you that.
No, I guess I'm not.
So what happened to Tyrus?
Gone. He was very old, and There was nothing anyone could do about it.
Alright.
But I'd prefer not to talk about it, if you don't mind.
Sure, that's fine. So that means Dunmore believes that this story about you being responsible for the destruction of the village is actually true.
He does, yes, and he's not alone in his opinion.
Because people are superstitious dickheads.
My first year as a novice, and you can imagine that it was easy pickings for those who were already against my
Then again, this fucking magic mushrooms that drain life, so who knows really?
Witch, whatever they could come up with.
I saw your skills and you're the only one who made it through the trial with me, so it's jealousy.
Maybe.
They
but
all
everything I'm capable of is the fruit of hard work, though they will never acknowledge that. You know what's funny?
Of course not.
To some
They're
extent,
haters.
I'm glad to be who I am. That way, people just leave me alone, and that gives me more time to focus on what's important, on my goals. Several, but I'd say that's enough of the gloomy stories, don't you think? There will be plenty of time for chatter in the future.
So dumb.
Maybe.
Dunwell was the last of his bloodline.
Yes. All of the Dalmordans fell victim to the great flesh maggot plague of 8215. Actually, it was almost sad to see him running around and boasting about his nobility, though everyone knew that without the help of the Order, he would have probably ended up living in a shack in the Undercity, if you can call that living.
Yeah, let's talk later.
It's already late, but if you want, I can show you the most important places in the temple before you go to the Emporium. What do you think?
I'll manage.
As you wish. The apothecary put your gear in the chest by your bed. Now walk blessed. I will see you soon.
Blessed.
Yes?
No. This was the whole chest. No, it was just all the crap that I had on me. Okay. And nothing more. Thaumaturge. I have a backpack. Oh yeah, only one ring. Blue. Silver sword. Yeah. We good. Quick toilet break, and then we'll continue. It's 3 minutes. Hallelujah. Now if you play 3 minutes of ads, it gives you 62 minutes. 63 minutes of no pre-rolls. So good. Excellent. Also, forgot to... Yeah. Be right back. Almost sitting in the dark. Let's see. You know what really warms my heart? Scalpers getting fucked over. The fucking leeches. Scalpers haven't been able to, like, some of the PS5 scalpers have been unable to unload the PS5s that they have. So they have dozens that they have to sell at a loss because manufacturers are producing enough now.
He might not be the shining knight of Castle Starsound, but he's better than most of
Also, NFT's dying. That's also great. I love to see it.
to convince your true chaser of it.
Is that so? Very well. I will convince her. You will hear from me.
I hope so.
Sup?
Prophet, good to see you. How do you feel?
Like a newborn, except for a body headache and a messed up journey into my own mind.
You've never been in any danger. If I had doubted your abilities, even to the slightest, I would have never spoken out for you. In any case, all that is left to do now is to recite the oath. Then we will finally deal with the more urgent matters.
Would I have to swear on the dead gods? My loyalty towards the Order?
None of it. You'll see.
Okay, sure.
The ceremony needs a little preparation. 1 day at least. Come back then. Even if it hurts to lose more time, the cleansing approaches. I can feel it. Just this night I had another of the dreams. People I knew, including you. But these people weren't themselves. There was something else, and it spoke through them. They mocked us and said our struggle against the cycle was pointless. It was peculiar.
Oh yeah, I saw them too.
Beings are connected to the cycle. They must be the ones who cause it.
We had a chat.
You did? That is interesting. It must be related to our roles as emissaries. Maybe there is a connection between us.
Yes, totally. A spark.
None. Maybe they are demons or magical entities of some kind, but they are different from everything I know. In any case, if they are indeed responsible for the cycle, they are our enemies. That's what matters for now. Come back tomorrow for the ceremony.
So I missed some parts. What's the test to survive? Student Wappo. As character complains about headache and lizardy dreams. Kinda, yeah. I mean, we went into the woods as a group. We drank something. We passed out. We had a proper Liskojen Yö kind of thing going on. Then we wake up and one of the people is in a coma. You know, standard student life. So you were in prison for 30 years.
Yes. Why
yes.
do you ask?
Yes, bad made moonshine. I can't imagine 30 years of imprisonment didn't leave any scars.
They did. What are you getting at?
They want me to trust in your leadership. It's only fair that I learn more about you as a person.
Point. But in the future, just be upfront. I do not like such veiled remarks.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yes, my time in the prison was harsh. The hunger, the degradation, to name the most obvious. The worst, however, was the isolation. Ironically
That's
enough,
what
that was the
I
last
hear.
thing I had expected, you know. From all the suffering there is, it seems so banal. But it isn't. You either find ways to cope with it, or it breaks you. Fortunately, I managed to do the former. For me, it was memories of the time before my incarceration, the prospect of what would come after it. They were my window into the outer world, so to speak. They reminded me that I was more than this deprived creature I had become in those dungeons.
Yeah, like solitary confinement is so... You wouldn't think that it's such a strong punishment for someone, akin to torture. But studies show that there's permanent damage after only a few days of being stuck in isolation in a small room with no chance of actually, you know, interacting with others, seeing others. It's fucking brutal. Isolation is hell. Even though some people might think that, oh yeah, it's fine. It's I'm alone at home all the time, but yeah, sure. But you're not stuck in a small little room where you can't go anywhere. You have a shitter right next to you. You have a bed, and that's about it. Yeah, exactly. The main thing is that you go eventually go insane because you can never tell the time of day or how the time passes. Yeah, exactly. That was what I was talking about, like solitary confinement. It's yeah, it's similar, except that it's even more efficient. Like we're talking more of a suicide booth because it's such a small space, especially in the US. Apparently, it's like 1.5 meters by 3 meters. That's the fucking dimensions of a cell. And that's not even standard. It can be smaller or it can be larger depending on the prison. It's insane. You don't even have like room to just pace about. You can basically step back and forth. That's all you can do. And like people have been trying to get mice or rats into their cells and just watch the rat or the mouse just to stay sane. Anything to stay sane. It's incredibly cruel a punishment. It's so cruel that in the US it was actually abolished. Its use was abolished for a good while, but they took it back in the 80s because war on drugs. And prisons were starting to get full and, that kind of stuff. And that's why they brought back solitary confinement. But everyone has a hobby orienteering events. What was it you said? What was it exactly that you said? Season pass for local hobby orienteering events. Huh. Sounds cool. Something to do. Kundorast. Ah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, it brings variety into just exercise and health. Yeah. Anyway, figures. How did it feel to be free again?
Strange. Everything seemed too bright, too unreal. I especially felt that in the cloister with Narazul's mages. I had difficulty talking to other people, and whenever I did, it felt as if the others were like wax figures. Like some cruel joke put in front of my eyes in order to mock me.
Yeah, and imagine 30 years of isolation. Absolutely fucking mad.
Better. Our mission, my responsibility here as a leader, it has helped me to find my way back into the real world.
Actually, I'm surprised you went straight back to the Order after all that happened. That's a lot of responsibility to take on after such trauma.
What would have been the alternative? A life as a fisherman? If the things I had to live through taught me one thing, then it was how important it is for me to be right here, right now, doing what I do. In fact, this is precisely what is missing in the world. People who do not let the whims of fate break their resolve. Now, enough of this. We have business to attend to.
So, cycle.
Yes.
Tell about us as emissaries.
That depends on whom
What
you ask.
defines us?
In some writings of the Pyreans, we are referred to as chosen ones, but this is wrong. A better word would be chess figures with their own will. Whatever force causes the cycle also gave us powers and a task, but fulfilling that task is our own responsibility.
After 4 months of having a car, it was more brutal. And the area was hilly and forest was not taken care of. So fallen trees and overgrowth everywhere. Undergrowth everywhere. Blah. Overgrowth is the game. With the bunnies and kung fu. And you have no idea why we were chosen?
No.
Yeah. Well, exactly the task we have.
That is something else we only know in broad strokes. It is my task to lead mankind in its battle against the cleansing, to rally our strengths, so to speak. Yours is to read the echo and help us gain the knowledge we need for victory. How exactly you're going to do that is something we still have to find out.
I'm just gonna exhaust all of the conversation options.
But there are hints. We will see.
Do you have any idea how long it has been going on?
Good question. In their writing, the Pyreans say it has existed for aeons. Since this world
no one has ever succeeded in breaking the pattern.
But as for what happened before that, our knowledge about the past is limited. All that matters for now is that the cycle threatens us.
I think I exhausted all of these last time. I kinda remember.
Walk, bless. Yes.
These visions do we echo the future? How exactly
As I
doesn't
said
work?
before, my knowledge about that is limited.
I don't know.
But if it helps you, imagine that it is a way of perceiving that which connects us all, our subconscious.
Collective subconscious of mankind. Yeah, this is the Stalker also has a thing like this.
Yes.
The
You know,
noosphere.
most people perceive themselves as an entity separate from the
And the
rest
plots
of the world. And while this
revolves
is
around it.
true, there is something that connects us. Dark corners of our mind, bridges to which we in a conscious state do not have access to. But you do not need to be supernaturally gifted to feel that these bridges exist. I am sure you have experienced it yourself at one time or another. A moment where you knew exactly what another person thought or would do next. People with
then
close
you
blood ties
then you
can
chose
especially
the
feel
wrong
that
dialogue
connection.
option and had to
Children
quick
and their
load.
mothers, siblings, and especially twins. Correct.
We're
And
all
while most
connected.
people hardly feel this connection at all, as if looking through a tinted window, to you it is wide open during your visions.
If that's the case, how do you explain that I can see the memories of the Pyrians too? They've been dead for
Their
millennia.
bodies might be, but the traces they left behind still remain. Everything that was,
I mean, the collective conscious would be really fucking crowded if thousands of years of people are just there.
Of eventualities.
Unless they
This
kind
is
of
the
go
basic
back in
principle of
repeating
magic.
cycles.
And time is not a straight line. Only the barriers of our mind make us perceive it as such. Visions, premonitions, dreams that become reality. These are all leftovers of waves from other eventualities that spill over into our reality. There have always been people able to read them, but none so good at it as you are. Thanks to the Echo.
Right. Because the entire magic system is in this world is based on an infinite amount of alternate realities.
This is holy ground, Outlander.
Yeah, shut up.
You don't belong here.
I do. I'm a keeper. Fuck you. But yeah, like there's an infinite number of worlds where, like, if I cast fire and hit there, it's just... Yeah, there is a world where there's fire here, and it goes there, and it's kind of just brings it to this reality. That kind of stuff. Oh yeah, it requires,
Who are you?
I am the chosen one. How dare you ask me that question? Don't you know who I am? Ugh.
My sir! Phew. There you are. Here, a letter for you.
Thanks, kid.
Oh, that's very generous of you. Thank you. Safe travels, and may his light guide you.
Indeed, eternalism. Read the letter. And the Warframe plot is... It's a doozy. What was it? Letter. My friend, congratulations for passing the trial. You already know how I feel about the Red Cloaks and their, let's say, superior attitude. But still, it would rob me of my sleep to know that I didn't congratulate you in person. Should your holy duties allow it, meet me at the old watchtower at the west gate of Ark. Cordially, Jespar. Sweet. Jasperi. Or rather, Jespari.
my Sir de Luna, and I fell for it. Well, seems the Grandmaster is crazy for you, so who am I to question his judgment?
You caught on, huh? Better late than never, I suppose.
Yes.
No. So. But oh, wow, something different. You're too tired to run, but I can just jump.
It just doesn't work, Magister, no matter how hard I try.
Yes? Yes. What are you doing here?
You
Fuck
try.
off.
I'm afraid I do not follow, Master.
Okay, I'll admit, it was a little cryptic. Tell me, do you remember the lecture Magister Diana gave last moon?
Yes, I think I do. You mean the one she held a few days before that thing with Magister Yarrow happened?
Duck.
Yes, exactly. Do you also remember how she described the workings of magic? The secret of it, if you will.
Wait. She said the key to magic is that... that... the Black Guardian, I forgot. I am sorry.
She said, the secret of magic is to see possibilities where there were none. Do you understand what she's trying to say with that, Tullius?
Imagine
the only
it.
reason we arcanists can cast magic is because we see the world differently than other people. We don't conjure the fireball, the scorching air, the smoke. All of these are just some of the millions of shapes the here and now can take on. All you need to do is see the reality you need and transfer a part of it to ours. And this is what I mean by your problem is that you try. Everything you need to cast the spell was always here. It still is, and will always be. You only need to be the one who brings it into our reality. The scrolls, the hand signs, those are just a means to help you with that. Now look. Do you see it? The fountain, the water particles, the sudden acceleration in that one particular moment. They were always here.
I made it all.
I was only the one who brought them together in this reality and in this very moment.
In a 3D editor.
I think I understand.
If this were the case, you would be a more gifted mage than the Grandmaster Arathi
Mage?
was in his nobility.
Wow, that's an interesting pronunciation of mage.
You've done well today.
A mage.
Oh, my sir, what a pleasure to see you. How are you faring?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Ugh. I was West Tower. Marge, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Sounded so silly. It just happened to be at the right tower.
Ah, there you are.
Sup?
Glad you made it. So,
He
how
likes
was
it.
I heard
Excellent.
quite some stories about this trial, and was never sure what to make of it.
It was different what I expected. I thought you wanted to be in a particular.
Yeah, I changed my mind. Come, let's go upstairs. It'll be worth it.
I'm RP walking.
There we are. Wait a second. So, wine or pipe?
Pipe.
Chilean Sweetwater tobacco. 100 times better than what they smoke here. Consider it a congratulatory gift for passing the trial.
Fuck yeah.
Nothing better than a good pipe and a nice sight to go along with it. It's always sad to see...
Pipe. Pipe.
A few people can truly appreciate these things. Anyway, tell me, my friend, what is it that drives you? I've been asking that myself since we met. I mean, it's not like anyone's forcing you to play errand boy for Orenthiel, is there? And with your abilities, you could make a fortune as a mercenary. Not to mention the danger you put yourself in. Securing the excavation site, passing the trial, they certainly haven't been easy on you so far.
Still trying to find the answer.
I figure. In any case, it's interesting to see how you've gotten from being a magically gifted refugee to the center of all this. Kind of reminds me of a woman I used to travel with, Alicia. No matter where she went, she always ended up in the eye of the storm.
How did you end up traveling with her?
We got hired for the same job. Usually I work better on my own, but this partnership was refreshing in every aspect. It felt good to know someone's got your back for a change, especially with the kind of work I do. Which is why we decided to stick together after that first job. And it went great, at least initially. She just cared too much, you know? Yeah, she was a mercenary, but she only ever picked the jobs where she thought she could help people, or at least do no damage. As you can imagine, that doesn't always work out.
A mercenary with a conscience.
Whenever it didn't, she really took it to heart.
Conscience.
It was sad, if you think about it, really.
How long did you work
That
together?
was, let me think, about 3 years. Yeah, we went to Araziel, Kira, Artwend, and one time we even fought a group of petrified on Millet. She fought as ardently as she lived. I don't know how I would have survived that fight without her.
You're a couple then?
We traveled together and we had sex, so yes, according to most people's definition of it, we were a couple.
We bang, we kill monsters, yeah?
Oh, several reasons. First of all, she was primarily a traveling healer, and used the money she got from those jobs to sustain herself. Secondly, Alicia wasn't all selflessness. She wanted to help people, yeah, but she also wanted to make experiences, I guess. Live like an eagle, love like a madman, and dream like a god. A bit cheesy, yeah, but that was her credo.
So how come you split up?
Well, we were simply too different. I guess that's what it comes down to. Let's face it, I'm a pathetic white knight, and an even worse world savior. Alicia and I, was bound to clash. We were lovers, then friends, then lovers again, and so on and so forth. Ultimately, that was just too much for me. Too extreme. Too absorbing.
Extreme. So she wanted something serious.
Love as she defined it, yeah. Had it been for her, we would have married after that first night.
And what was it that you
That's
wanted?
a long story. Not one that puts me in a favorable light. At least if you're like most people. Let's save that for another time.
Sure. So you split up.
Split up. Yeah, that's one way to put it. But anyway, enough about me. What about you? Has there ever been someone in your life? Or have you always been the lone wolf?
Wolf. I guess none.
Really? That surprises me. I, for one, have had enough drama to last
Everyone
me a
around
lifetime.
me has died.
Sex is fine, but I guess I'm just not naive enough for anything else anymore. Love, love, love. People have such wrong-headed expectations, really. Sometimes I think it would help us all to finally admit that there isn't that much that separates us from the apes. Anyway, why don't you tell me a little more about this trial? I heard you passed it together with that quiet girl, Kalia. What's she like? I've heard some stories about her.
And then we gossip.
That's just life, I think. There comes a point when you've done all you can. My. We've certainly lost track of time, haven't we? I really need to hit the hay for a couple hours now. I'll have to go look for some new work tomorrow. And I've heard about a nobleman who's looking for a sellsword. That is, if Arenthiel or old Bushybeard doesn't have a new job for me by then. Say what you want about them. Their pay is beyond generous. I'll see you around, my friend.
Yep. Health, mana, stamina of the operation now aren't dependent on your own corresponding attributes, but on the strongest value of your attributes. Yeah, it might not die all the time then. Walk the steel path. I found that the currently the only weapon that I can use for Steel Path is the one that you get from the new war. It's also really nice because it has infinite ammo. You cannot run out of ammo. So that's really good for endgame content, because running out of ammo is really common.
Sir?
The bow is good enough even without the infinite ammo. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all, because if you do the perfect charges, the crit chances, the modifiers, and status chances, all of those go up. It's Well, obviously damage goes up too, but it's fucking insane. Absolutely ridiculous. Also, it does AoE damage on hit. Do I have anything that I could do around here? Buy a title to a house. Oh yeah, the fucking secret vault. Maybe I have enough level for it. Maybe. I use the ice claw. Yeah, guaranteed impacts with perfect too. It's insanely strong. It's almost like they give it to you intentionally to prepare you for endgame. That's just a feeling I have. Sun Temple.
This is
This is holy. You don't belong here. Yes, yes. Whatever. Whatever you say. I'm stealing all your flowers. Yeah, the last time I was here, the place was complete ass. Oh, and then those weren't actual items. So many fucking elementals in there. Place not for the low of level. Yeah, I probably should use something else. See, this is the problem. It's fucking electricity, so it's gonna drain all the fucking magic. Fucking dicks. Okay. Jesus. It's still fucking terrible. But at least now the apparition can live for longer than a few seconds. So hey, that's nice. Because when it dies, it also damages me. A bit of give and a lot of take. Right, protection from shock, maybe? 25% protection from magic. Yeah. And then take Death's Breath. No. Wrong. Wrong! Silver Sword here, summon apparition there. Fuck nerds. Now all of his stats are my strongest stat, which is good. Big good. Seriously, no one else paying attention? I fell down. Yeah, honestly, this guy hits harder than I do. I really wish I had Death's Breath 2 or 3. This would actually do some damage. Voi ei! Se on voimakas muta-elementaali. Like, the easiest one. Relatively speaking. Come on now. Damn it. Oh yeah, the mud elemental fucking regions. Of course. Damn it. Oh yeah, that was what I was supposed to do. I needed to do the I don't have any ambrosia, do I? Fuck. Beautiful. Yarrow's last words. That is... That is a lot of damage. And that's base damage. And then there's the health absorb. Is this blade gonna start talking to me soon? Books. Already got notebook. Although many of the notes are soaked with water and unreadable, some passages are still decipherable. They seem to be written by Magister Yarrow and to deal with a plant called Dreamflower. The following part seems to be the most interesting for you. The assumption that the Dreamflower has such a drastic effect on the physique of a human is a misconception in my opinion. There is no alchemical explanation for that. Instead, I think that it changes the connection of the Arcanist to the sea of eventualities in such a way that it allows its user to jump from one thread of reality to another, always to that one which yields the best outcome for the user at any given moment. Further research is needed, but I can see potential. So like dimension hopping? Flower? Neat. You can make ambrosia out of that. Well, now I know. Huh. Well, I needed ambrosia anyway, so... Sweet. Dreamflower and essay. corpse. Key from Yarrow's hideout. Where the hell does that go? The book seems to be written by a magister who researched a plant called Dreamflower. Some parts of it are especially eye-catching for you. And so the Alyani, the natives of Arazil, reserved the honor of the Dreamflower for their best warrior, mashed and mixed with the blood of a human heart, usually taken from one of their enemies, a soul gem, and a bit of glimmercap dust. It became a potion which was then given to the warrior in a ceremony, according to the myths, with an unbelievable effect. Not only did the potion instantly recover the health of a person, it even gave a blessing which was supposed to allow the user to lead a happy and fulfilled life until they died. Or like it's actually like a potion of luck kind of thing. It picks the best outcomes from all events in your life. That sounds kind of neat, and I can understand why somebody would want that. Well, this seems to be superstition. There seems to be at least some truth to it. Archaeological findings showed that there were some warriors of the Alyani who had a high vitality even in old age. That the Dreamflower can't be found on Enderal anymore is thus quite regrettable. Its alchemical value appears to be tremendous. So, another key to another place that he has hidden. Oh yeah, invisible walls. Shame. And now I'm stuck. Apple. There we go. Yeah, I found a secret. But where the hell does the new key go? It will be revealed in time. But yes, curious. Most curious indeed. So another goddamn key. To what? He said that it would require a day. If I don't sleep for 24 hours, it'll be fine. I mean, I suppose there's something I can't. Oh, it's this. An eternal knife. And a fragment right eye. Huh. I see. Bang, bang. Like there's a massive discrepancy between a rune weapon and an eternal weapon. Quite significant. Anyway, sleep for 24 hours.
This is holy ground, Outlander.
I do belong here. Screw you. The Grandmaster begs to differ.
Who are you?
The impudence. The arrogance.
Keep walking.
Jesus, you guys are rude. Absolute dickheads.
Finally, come with me.
Why so harsh?
Forget about it.
Ugh. Your pathless. I don't like it. Stop being babies, you old religious zealot people, you. Oh, are we having a wedding?
It is time. Come forward, prophet.
He has seen some shit.
I know what you are feeling. Mistrust. For it is the first time in the history of the Order that a stranger will receive the holy consecration. You consider it a treason against our charter, and therefore against us all. And indeed, it is true that traditions have strengthened the Order. We have ruled this land for millennia, and for millennia we have prevailed. And I know that what happened 2 years ago has unsettled you. Yes, we are in a crisis. Yes, our foundation seems to be shattered. And now you believe that I profane even what little is left by consecrating a pathless one.
My God.
But you are wrong. It was always people who have given strength to the Order. People like you and me. Yes, we did serve the Lightborn, but because they embodied an idea.
Heresy.
The idea of peace through stability. And even now, after their demise, we will pursue this idea. We are facing a threat that endangers the world as we know it. And to fight it, we need one thing above all others, the readiness to make sacrifices for the greater good. This man, like Novice Sakaresh, has shown this readiness. He is talented and has a gift, and thus carries responsibility. But instead of running from this responsibility, he faced it and found us. Consecrated ones, repeat my words. This is the day when my old me dies away. For today, I receive the sigil.
This is the day when my old me dies away. For today, I receive the sigil.
From now on, I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
Actually, it's not my land.
From now on, I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Thus, you are elevated to keepers of the first sigil. Rise. Now let us all recite the holy words. Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name
He looks
is
like
my
he has done
sacrament,
something.
and thy path I will honor, in life as in death. May your light guide me. Leave now, brothers and sisters, and rest.
But I
We will
just
need our
rested.
strength. Go and get your armor at the temple's forge. After that, meet me in the Emporium. There's news.
What are sigils?
After a novice has passed the trial, he is raised into the first sigil, and over the course of years, if he proves to be worthy, into higher ranks, up to the fourth sigil, which is held by the Truchessa and the Grandmaster, me.
That's it?
Of the first sigil, yes. Our masters will teach you, our smiths will equip you. That is all that I wanted.
Okay, sure.
Walk blessed.
And that's it. It feels strange. Yes, kind of.
To
You
be
know,
a keeper.
for the past 7 years, I have lived for this moment. And now I'm here. It's peculiar. Anyhow, let's talk when there's something new to talk about. Walk blessed, brother.
Walk blessed, prophet.
Walk blessed.
Yes.
Oh man, these people.
Huh. You're the one they call the Prophet, aren't you? Congratulations on passing the trial, I guess.
An outlander. What are you doing in this part of the city? Shouldn't you be, I don't know, somewhere else?
Yeah, well, screw you. I'm a part of the Order now.
An outlander. What are you doing in this part of the city? Shouldn't you be,
So rude.
The fabled prodigy. I hope you can live up to what they say about you. I really do.
Oh yeah, where was the smith again?
Prophet? Sister, walk blessed. Did you hear the new orders from the Grand Master?
I'm not sure. Which ones exactly are you talking about?
He wants to double the patrols on the Penny Road. He wants one keeper to accompany each patrol.
A keeper on patrol? That seems Inappropriate, if you ask me.
The Grandmaster thinks it's the right
Yeah,
thing to do.
you just want to sit on your ass and not do anything. Just stay as temple guards and do jack shit. Seems about right.
So, you actually made it, Prodigy. Congratulations. Even though I'm not sure everyone is as glad about that as the Grand Master.
Well, how about you?
Should I? I don't know if you deserve to be here. Sakaresh does. She has proven it for close to 10 years now. But you, maybe there is something to the Grandmaster's talk about you being one of these emissaries, and maybe you can indeed help us in some way. But you're still an outsider. No matter which crest you wear on your armor, that won't change.
Mm-hmm. You two seem to know each other well?
Well, I suppose you could say that, yes. Natara, Tealor, and I passed our novitiate together.
So, all you joined at the same time?
You make it sound as if the Order is some kind of mercenary guild. You don't join the Order, you're chosen for it.
Yeah, you're chosen mercenaries.
And I come from a bloodline older than the stones of this temple. It was our path to become keepers, and we followed it. It wasn't much of a choice.
Just you and Aranthil then? How about Trichessa?
That's a different story, and not one for today.
Sure, I guess. If you say so.
Now, if it isn't the notorious Prodigy. Halder Stronghand, blacksmith of the Holy Order by my path. Pleasure to meet you.
Keep armor.
Right. The highly debated new keeper. You suddenly have caused some uproar. I'll give you that. So, robes, mail, or plate?
Robes.
Fine, here you go. And no matter what you think of all this, wearing this armor is an honor. Get that into your head. Most of us had to wait decades for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure. You'll have to pay normally, though. As much as the Grandmaster favors you, metal and work don't come for free.
Learning books. Yeah, it's 25. My light armor is 25 as well. Yeah.
Sure. You'll have to pay normally, though.
Give a book.
As much as the Grandmaster favors you, metal and work don't come for free.
And one-handed adept. Then I have to sell you garbage. Don't really have anything.
blessed.
Book. No. One-handed adepts. And light armor adepts. Leveling skills is really expensive. I just need to double my efforts in making garbage potions and sell them for insane profits. I am, after all, called the Prophet. Or the Prophet. You know. Either or.
An outlander. What are you doing in this part of the city?
Fuck you.
The fabled prodigy. I hope you can live up to what they say about you.
Everybody's giving me shit. So rude.
Of course they have.
Have you heard? Apparently the Blue Islands Coalition sent an
Shut
emissary
up.
here to Enderal.
Very good.
Despite
Thanks for your efforts, my friend.
they are bold.
Don't mention it. I just hope you know what you're doing. You know, many see the course the Order has taken since you came back as disquieting.
Narazul's mages in the temple? An outlander as a keeper? It's a lot to take in.
I know, Jorik, but someone has to deal with the threat. And if we don't, no one will.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Sup?
Prophet, did you find your way around?
Yeah, I guess so.
Good. It is important that you get adjusted to this place. It will be the base of all operations to come. Right now, we are still in the dark as to the true nature of this cycle. All we have are fragments, but
No
we will
personal
change
space
that.
whatsoever.
There are 2 trails we have found. I want you to go after both of them.
Which ones?
The first one has to do with the stone fragments from Old Rashengrad. Pegast has not yet told you, but all of them together form a so-called sigil stone, which we urgently need. The Arcanists have already put it together, but we still lack a part of the ritual to activate it. And for that, we need the memory of a dead person. The second trail revolves around a discovery we made in the Heartland. It could be a significant, if not the only prospect we have in this fight. Where do you want to start?
So, middle of the forest.
I'll make it short. We assume that, in the last cycle, the Pyrians worked on a machine which they hoped would save them from the cleansing. An old artifact which they tried to put back together.
A machine?
Well, we do know that the cycle is not an ordinary threat. It functions in a way we have not even come close to comprehending, almost like a cosmic force. This makes it naive to believe one could face this threat like a foe made of flesh and blood. Maybe, however, this machine can. As I said, the Pyrians didn't invent this machine. They merely reconstructed it from old plans they found somewhere. And if they thought this idea was worth pursuing, we should at least look into it. Pegast found an old ruin named Old Dothelgrad, which seemed to be some kind of laboratory of the Dilgar, one of the ruling castes in the Pyrian era. She assumes that we might find hints about this machine there, or maybe even a prototype. I want you to help her in any way possible. Maybe your gift can reveal things normal eyes can't see.
Perhaps. What leads you to believe that this machine, whatever it is, might actually help us? It didn't save the Pyrenees.
Yes, because they never had a chance to finish it. The Pyrean realm was in a constant state of war shortly before the cleansing, just like Vin has been for the past few years. And even if the machine does not work, any knowledge we can get from their struggle against the cycle
There's so many
is crucial.
things that parallel Mass Effect. Why is the difference between Dolga and Ishian?
They were the two different castes who ruled the Pyrean realm. Officially, they were servants of their highest being, the deity all of Pyrea worshipped, but everyone knew that it was the castes who had the power. And while the Ishian valued tradition, the Dilgar valued progress, which, as you can imagine, led to differences between the two, to say the least. They were the Lightborn of the Pyrean era, you could say.
Right. How can I get to the ruin?
It's in a remote section of the Heartland. Keeper Sakaresh will accompany you there and show you the way. Good luck.
Thanks. Yeah, I think that might be a good spot to call it. Actually made some progress instead of just going through retreading old ground. Good stuff. Yeah, it's kind of amusing that well, I mean, there's only so much that you can do entirely uniquely, but still a lot of similarities to other things. It's fine. I don't mind it. It's always funny to see something like that. Like, it's fine to use the same tropes as long as you do enough to differentiate yourself from any other properties using this same trope. Yeah, that is it for tonight. And I won't be streaming on Wednesday. And we'll be streaming more Pathfinder on Thursday. See if the guys will get themselves killed. See if they even remember how to play the game. It's been 2 months. Or 1.5 months. A month? 1.5? Something like that. 1.5, I think. At that point. Yeah, tomorrow I'll do some prep, and on Thursday I need to do some prep for the actual session. If nothing else, I need to get the mentally into the right space to kind of get the idea of what to do. It's all pre-written and whatnot, it's all pre-planned, but I still need to make it relatively smooth. Figure out rulings and whatnot. But anyway, that is enough babbling. See you on Thursday, whether we have Pathfinder or not.